Modern AI agents are really good at getting started on a project. They can make a plan, write chunks of code, and even bring in smaller helper agents to gather information. That early momentum can look impressive, but as this timeline shows, the perfect version of how things are supposed to work usually does not survive a complex project. Real projects often fall apart in the messy middle. During a long task, agents can get distracted, stall, forget the main goal, crash, or hand back work that is only halfway finished. An AI cannot really be trusted to manage a project on its own until it can survive that messy middle phase. It needs a way to recover when the early momentum runs out. This is where Hermes Agent version 0.0.13.0 comes in. The developers call this the Tenacity Release, and the goal is to move Hermes from being a fragile script into something closer to a persistent worker. Instead of acting like a chatbot that only responds in the moment, Hermes is being built to keep working, recover from problems, and continue moving toward the goal. Turning a fragile chatbot into a more reliable worker requires a strong foundation. Looking at the system map, the update is built around five main pillars: a multi-agent Kanban board, persistent goals, a rewritten checkpoint system, gateway auto-resume for surviving interruptions, and stronger security boundaries. Together, these five pillars show how Hermes is moving from a simple AI tool into something that can operate more like a background worker. When you compare the old method to the new workflow, the big change becomes clear. Before, agents kept temporary tasks in memory. Now, Hermes organizes those tasks into a shared Kanban board and permanently saves each task in a local SQLite database. But saving tasks is only part of the solution. The dispatcher loop sits in the middle and watches the health of the agent workers. It checks for active heartbeats, detects crashed or frozen workers, and automatically picks up abandoned tasks so another agent can try again. True persistence means expecting things to break. By planning for failure ahead of time, the system creates a built-in way to keep the work moving forward. To prevent the agent from drifting away from the main goal, Milo Hermes introduces a standing objective command. In this terminal example, setting a clear mission, like fixing failing tests, keeps the agent focused on that target across multiple conversation turns. The agent checks its progress using the Ralph loop. After each turn, a helper judge reviews the output. If the work is not finished, the system pushes the agent to keep going on its own until the objective is completed or it reaches a safety limit. Because an autonomous agent can make a lot of changes to files, it also needs a strong safety net. This stack represents Checkpoints v2, a rewritten system for saving progress. It also uses better cleanup methods so the system does not get overwhelmed by old data. Real-world work also has interruptions, like server restarts or drop sessions, as shown with these gateway sessions. If the system gets interrupted in the middle of a task, it can automatically resume right where it left off on platforms like Discord or Slack. The ability to stay focused on a complex goal, combined with the memory to survive a crash, is one of the basic requirements for real automation. But the same features that make an agent powerful also make it risky. This release closed 8 critical P0 security issues to make sure that as the agent becomes more persistent, it also becomes safer by default. To protect the user's machine and private credentials, Hermes uses a layered defense approach. This graphic shows 7 layers of protection, with each layer helping block dangerous commands and filter sensitive information before it can be exposed or misused. The update also adds stricter default behavior. The system now automatically rejects messages from strangers on WhatsApp, enforces strict allow lists for Discord roles, and redacts sensitive output before it leaves the machine. As AI gets more time and freedom to manage long-term projects, responsible automation depends on these stronger safety boundaries. When all 5 pillars come together, they create a system designed for long-term work. The full durability stack starts with strong security, then adds recovery, checkpointing, shared task management, and finally, a top-level goal loop to guide the work. This stack shows a shift toward a different kind of AI execution. Instead of a basic prompt and response cycle, Hermes is moving closer to actual project management. Hermes Agent version 0.13.0 gives the AI the infrastructure it needs to handle the messy middle. It helps the agent stop merely trying to run commands and start actually finishing the job.